Ladies and gentlemen, our form has massively turned around at Newcastle. And yeah, I'm still worried we're going to get fired. Welcome back to episode 5 of our FM23 beta save with Newcastle, where we have just arrived at the end of the season. And today we're going to have those last 2 games against Bournemouth and against Chelsea. If you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, don't forget before we start this video as well to hit that subscribe button and the like button if you can as well. It's really helpful. If you have been watching the series, you'll see we were on a little bit of a better run since those 2 matches in the last episode, which were against Manchester United and against Nottingham Forest. We did then go on to lose to Arsenal because we can just not get into any sort of rhythm. But the rest of April was really good. We beat Southampton, Spurs, Leicester, Crystal Palace and Fulham before arriving in May and then drawing to West Ham. And most recently we lost to Brentford, which is very annoying. I'm pretty sure if I have a look at the match stats on that, we'll have a look. We were probably well beaten in that one, to be honest. There's a lot of games this season that we haven't. Cole Palmer currently is actually suspended. I think he's suspended for 1 more game after a red card. But if we bring him up on the screen here and we arrange this by goals, we'll see that our top goal scorer is Alexander Isak. But Cole Palmer has got 7 in 11 starting and 2 substitute appearances so far this season. And he's beginning to look like he might actually be worth that £34 million in the summer. We're going to have a look and see what sort of transfer budget we do get with Newcastle once we arrive in the summer transfer window, which will be in the next episode. In fact, I stand corrected and Cole Palmer is available for today's match against Bournemouth, which means our lineup is going to be as follows. We've got Livakovic in goal, Pedraz, Gomez, Nianzou and Trippier is our back 4 today. Rodriguez and Grimares in front of them. We can see we're playing with the 2 defensive midfielders today. So Maximum, Palmer, Yao Mario and then Isak up front. Callum Wilson has been actually playing there in front of Isak because he's had some really good performances in the league, but he is currently injured. He got injured just before the last match, and he's going to be out for about 6 weeks, which not ideal for us. But Isak obviously more than capable of carrying the line up front. It's just whether he can do it or not. We'll just drop back to key highlights as well for you guys and we'll start that match. Isak kicking us off today, and obviously Nianzou, I think maybe his first proper appearance on the channel, definitely in a starting position because he came to us and got injured almost instantly. Big ball forward to Palmer, the man that I was bigging up in the build up there. Nothing managed but on that occasion, but he has been really good. I'd definitely recommend it if you are playing a save in the Premier League in this beta or even at the start of FM23, then it is definitely worth having a look at him. You can get him on loan. His wages aren't insane. I think I'm paying about 20% of his wages if I remember rightly, so about £17,000 a week. And actually, I don't know how he's going to perform in other saves, but in this one, I think that game to goal ratio, especially when you consider that our strikers and our players not necessarily been scoring a lot of goals, I think that is very good. Solanke through on goal here, but Livakovic standing sort of tall. I mean, he bent over, but he saved the shot is the main thing here. It is going to go out for a corner here for Bournemouth, of course. Going to be taking that one. Can we head that one away? We've kind of dealt with it, kind of cleared it, and Yao Mario causing enough hassle that it does leave our box at least momentarily. But Bournemouth still on the attack. Tie light ended though, so nothing coming of that one. We're going to encourage the team once again. Lots of possession for us. Bournemouth on this occasion, the team that seemed to be more in control of the match really. 6 shots, 2 on target. This is the problem when you have stuff like this. It's like we're in control on possession. Do I make a change here and drop back to a more balanced or a cautious mentality? I think for the moment, we are going to just drop back to cautious mentality just to try and get control of the game. When we feel like we're back a little bit more on level pegging, we can bring that back up to a bit more positive. But instead, we're going to go in at half-time at 0-0. Trippier just getting a yellow card before half-time, so we're going to deal with that. And we're going to tell the team they need to improve because, quite frankly, at home against Bournemouth, not really good enough, especially when you consider we face 4th place Chelsea after this match. Start of a highlight though with a free kick outside the area for us. Trippier going to be taking that one standing over it. Has a shot, not on target, just glancing over the crossbar there, I think, as it went over. We'll go back up to positive now. We'll have a look as well at making a couple of changes. And Nianzou, once again, is injured. Fabian Schär can come on for him. Nianzou seems to get injured a lot. Hard to know again, because I know in the beta, people have said they've had problems with injuries. Is that because of the beta, or is he just fragile and made of Weetabix? I don't know. Have any of you used him in the beta? If you have, let me know in the comments down below. Is Nianzou always a little bit fragile? Is this something that we put down to the match engine in FM23? Guimaraes couldn't quite get a shot off there. Gets the second one off, but it's very, very soft, as it turns out. Trippier, though, managing to regain possession pretty much instantly. It's a ball over the top into Isaac, who does put it in the back of the net for his 19th goal of the season on 66 minutes for us. That's what we want to see. Can we actually see a win on one of these episodes? Because they have been very, very few and far between this season. Good ball over the top there for Isaac to get hold of, though. No real problems once he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And now we are looking in control of this match for the first time. And we're into almost the last 15 minutes. We're in the last 20 minutes at least. And Gomez here going to collect that one. Dilly-dallies around on the ball. A little bit too much, though. See a lot of that from our players. And now Bournemouth through on goal. Luckily not getting that one on target. Luckily for us anyway. And now into the last quarter of an hour. We probably need to make those last few substitutions. We've made 2 so far. Who else do we want to bring on? Who's going to make a massive difference here? I think Zalewski can come on for St. Maximin. Again, just a case of giving him some game time. Everyone else is actually looking all right, at least in terms of stamina. It's just a case of who do we want to give some game time. Let's bring Jamal Lewis over on the left. And Elliot Anderson, I do want to give him game time, but not over Zalewski and not over Palmer at the moment. Because I am genuinely thinking Palmer, I think, probably comes to Newcastle in the summer. It's a lot of money for a player that realistically shouldn't be getting in the team in front of our other players, but equally has been so good that I can't not put him in the team, even though he's on loan. And my thought process was to have Toivin play there through the centre and Palmer just to be coming in off the bench. Oh, whoa, that was close to a goal. The idea was Palmer to come in off the bench and just be a bit of a rotational player. I literally got him on deadline day because I needed someone and we couldn't afford anyone else, and he was a nice cheap option. As it turns out, obviously a wonder kid on FM23. I think he was a wonder kid on FM22 as well. I never actually used him, but really, really good. Can't fault him so far. Another ball into Isaac once again, and he gets his second and our second of the game. This is a lot more how we wanted to be playing this season. It's a shame that it's taken us until the end of the season to get there. We seem to have found some sort of form. I wouldn't say it's great form yet, but at least some sort of form at the moment. But like I said, it's a shame it has taken us right until the end of the season to sort of get into gear. We can see we're in 10th. It's going to be, by the looks of it, almost a smack bang mid-table finish. There's not going to be any European football for us next season. Depending on our result against Chelsea, we're either going to finish 10th or 11th. So either smack bang in the middle, or if not smack bang in the middle, at least just below it. So it is very much at the moment, it's a shame that this is happening at the end of the season, because actually it's this as well. Look, 15 wins, 15 losses. Just not been good enough this season. But we need to try and end the season on a high with that match on the last day of the season against Chelsea. And while we are waiting for that match against Chelsea, which is happening today, we have agreed a transfer out of the club ready for next season, which is Isaac Hayden. He's been on loan at Norwich. I haven't taken any notice of how he's been doing. 45 appearances. That's a pretty good rating, to be fair. But looking at his report, he doesn't look like a player I'm going to be using next season. They've given us 6.75 million for him as part of his loan deal. I personally I'm quite happy to take that money. He's not someone that's in my plans at the moment. You can see here as well, this is the team we're going to be using against Chelsea. It is identical, apart from we've taken out Gomez in the centre of defence and put in Fabian Schär instead, who apparently isn't quite fully fit. But I also feel he's a weird one, Fabian Schär. He shouldn't be good in terms of his star rating, but when you actually put him in, he does seem to perform well. I think it's a leadership thing more than anything, because you look at him, he is one of the team leaders, and I think when he plays well, when he's in the team, everyone around him plays well. So you automatically, he looks better, they look better. He kind of guides the guy next to him in defence, maybe. Maybe I'm seeing too much into it based on this. Dennis Zakaria from Chelsea scoring a goal against us. I'm pretty sure Zakaria in real life, has Zakaria played for Chelsea yet this season? Where's he on loan from? Is it Juventus, I think he's on loan from, and I don't think he's actually made an appearance this season yet. I could be wrong. I could be very, very wrong, but I don't actually remember ever seeing him in a Premier League lineup. Trippier here with a corner for us into Nianzou. Hit the crossbar. Oh, we could have gone back on level pegging so quickly there. That would have been so good. Never mind, brush it off. Trippier to Palmer off of that throw-in, and Palmer just going to dink one forward to Isaac, who does nod it on, but only as far as Mendy, because there's no one in the box in front of him. It does bug me when strikers do that in game. They kind of nod it on, there's no one running in there. You don't have a strike partner. I mean, at worst, nod it to like the left or right of you, or somewhere where there's at least likely to be a player in a black and white shirt. That's always bugged me with strikers in Football Manager though. Maybe it happens in real life and I just don't notice it as much because I'm not managing the team, so it doesn't irritate me. I'm not sure. It could be. Chelsea are kind of just messing with us a little bit here. Pulisic here now out to Azpilicueta, who has a shot from range, and it does kind of give us another scare there. Our possession is absolutely awful. Do you know what? We're going to change this. We're on a lower tempo already for this tactic. We're just going to go to shorter passing as well, because I don't think we necessarily have an issue getting up the other end. I just think we have an issue at the moment holding the ball. And we have a massive issue with set pieces today. Koulibaly now scoring his first ever Chelsea goal on the last day of his debut season. Of course he is. It's that old Football Manager thing. If you're going to concede a goal, it's probably going to be via someone who's never ever scored before. I don't know why that always seems to be a thing. Trippier here with another throw in to Nianzou, who I feel like Nianzou, amongst injuries and just poor performances, hasn't been as good as I'd hoped he'd be. Raheem Sterling there trying a shot, but we've managed to block that just long enough for Livakovic to get his hands on it. Schär stepping forward there, but spending... Whoa! I was about to say spending way too much time on the ball. He just got away with that. And once again, it's a really poor misplaced pass from us. And Zakaria coming, bombing forward here. Pepe, I've no idea who that is on in Chelsea's team there. Havertz now scoring against us. And it's all going very, very wrong. We're going to drop by the cautious. It's just to stop the bloodbath. Who is this? Who is this for Chelsea? I don't actually know. It's someone, but I couldn't tell you who it is, which is, it's interesting. I kind of want to have a look at their team now. No, I want to have a look at their team. Guys, you're awful. That was pathetic. Can I see the Chelsea team? Yes, I can do this. Who is Pepe? Oh, it's back here. Okay, who are you? It's literally, okay. Are you the guy that's at, yeah, you are. You're at Porto. Don't know when Chelsea signed him. In the summer, I assume. Wasn't someone I didn't expect Chelsea to be exactly making too many signings, to be honest, because everyone else in that team is a current, actual, real-life Chelsea player. There's just Pepe, who's different. Interesting. Livakovic here to Nianzou. Nianzou doesn't get to it fast enough, and we almost concede a fourth there. Nianzou, my friend, you are doing my head in. Both of my centre-backs here. If we have a look... I praised Schär in the build-up. He's on a 6.3. Nianzou on a 6.3. And we're going nuclear. They're both coming off. I just can't cope with it. Livakovic is having a poor game, but I think that's just because he's conceded 3 goals. And that is been through absolutely no help from his centre-backs, really, and his defence in front of him has been poor. Like, I'd be frustrated as a goalkeeper to see some of these passes happening in front of my box just leaving me really, really open. I've got a friend who watches this occasionally who is a goalkeeper, or at least has used to play as a goalkeeper. So I don't know what his thoughts would be on these defenders making passes in front of the goalkeeper like this. But I'm going to guess his response would be nothing I could actually say on this channel. Because, you know, swearing's bad, children. Sterling here, through to Aubameyang. Once again, those through balls proving to be really, really nasty in FM23. And I feel at this point, with the match lost, and they're not really anything to play for this season, let's make some changes. I'm kind of tempted to see what Sir Maximum does if you do put him up front. So we'll put him up there. Isaac can come off. Zalewski can come on. Toivin can come on for... Do I put him on for Mario? He doesn't need to come on. We'll put him on for Trippier, and then we just swap them round. And then Sean Longstaff can come on as well for Rodriguez, just to give him a little bit of a run out, because realistically, as I said, nothing now to play for. Toivin trying to find Cole Palmer there. Cole Palmer not exactly got the height to out-jump Aubameyang, I don't feel like. I feel like Aubameyang is quite a tall player. Then again, I am rather short, so it could be he's a completely normal, average-sized human being, and he just looks really big to me. Mount here into the box to Sterling, and that is the 4th for Chelsea. It looks like it's going to go to a VAR check, but I don't know if that was offside or not. Either way, we've just been absolutely carved open again. Goal's been disallowed, so it's only 3, guys. It's fine. The comeback could still happen in the next 20 minutes. Let's go nuclear. Let's go attacking. And then let's fire up the team. Because, again, what have we got to lose at this point? We may as well, really. Chelsea have battered us, which is, in all honesty, kind of what I'd expect anyway. Even if we were in really, really good form, I'd expect this Chelsea side. Did they do that great at the start of the season in real life? Not really. In FM, though, with the players that they've got, would I expect them to be battering most teams? Yeah, I would, to be honest. I mean, even, you know, Chelsea even are going to struggle against, like, Man City. But I'd still expect this Chelsea side to be beating most teams. You know, Aubameyang, again, I feel like in real life, he's getting on a bit, maybe lost a step of pace or two. But in FM, that doesn't make as much a difference. You know, he is very, very good finisher. He's a very, very capable striker. Can we get a goal? Can we at least send the travelling fans home saying we saw a goal? Cole Palmer, the man taking this one, swung into the box to Botman, who does get his head to it, unchallenged more or less, but never, ever, ever going anywhere near the target. And we are going to finish 11th this season, which is, oh, there is the 4th. Oh, there's the 4th. This is not what we want this season, really. This has not been the season we set out for it to be. You know, I wasn't expecting to win the Premier League, but I would have liked to have won the occasional match, and I would have liked to have seen European football. And the thing is, not knowing FM23 as well, having failed, and we'll have a look on the club vision quickly, actually. Having failed literally all of this year's plan, did a club let me keep my job? Talking of which, be right back. I've managed to keep my job again. I think I found a cheat code in FM23, by the way. If any of you are looking like you're going to get sacked, if you just say, our form looks better than what the results are. See, so I go, we've been playing all right. We've just been really unlucky. We seem to keep our job. Either that or the Newcastle board are just wet wipes and don't want to fire their manager. And see our transfer budget at the moment, £9 million. We're going to move all of that to wage budget over here. Just as a bit of a cheat. I'm trying to get through and hope they're going to give me the finances before the end of the season. But instead, we've got to the end of season review and no transfer budget in sight. So that is going to have to wait until tomorrow's episode. And if you have enjoyed today's, although it's not been the season we want, I think, I'm going to say it quietly, I think there is definitely some sort of idea developing for the future and next season with Newcastle United. If you enjoyed that, you want to see some more, then please do drop a like down below on the video, hit the subscribe button as I mentioned if you haven't already, and join me tomorrow as we try and spend what I'd imagine would be quite a lot of money with Newcastle. Till then, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.